Mega Man on the Game Boy never looked better when Mega Man 4 was released near the end of 1993. At this point, Mega Man 6 on the NES and Mega Man X on the SNES were right around the corner, so a lot of gamers may have just skipped out on this portable option. I assure you, it's worth checking out. Mega Man 4 follows the formula of the past Game Boy entries in that it showcases 4 bosses from the NES version of Mega Man 4, followed by a mid-level, and then another 4 Robot Masters from Mega Man 5. Mega Man retains his abilities from the last game, but this time his Mega Buster Blast is a bit bigger and even knocks him back a little. Don't worry, it doesn't affect gameplay that much. It's more cute than dangerous, really. One of the first things you may notice is that the graphics and presentation of Mega Man 4 are very good compared to the previous games. Even with the absence of color, the game rivals the graphics of the NES. Look at these super detailed backgrounds. And even some of these bigger bosses. The music is mostly just Game Boy arrangements of the original NES game tunes, with some original stuff for the Wily stages and others thrown in. Some of the tunes sound a little un-Mega Man-like to me, but they certainly aren't bad. A couple of things make their debut in the Mega Man series here. The game makes a big deal at the beginning of collecting P-chips so you can buy items from Dr. Light. In later games, you may recognize this as the Bolts system. The Energy Balancer, the item that will refill your weapon energy when you don't have a weapon selected, makes its first appearance here too. A couple things reappear in Mega Man 4 that you probably didn't want to see, like Power Stone. And this weapon still sucks. At least the Charge Kick actually has a secondary use now as the wall-breaking weapon that is normally a status reserved for bomb types. Beat is back, yay, I guess. He doesn't really give you a ton of reason to use him though. You have to collect the letters B, E, A, and T to get him in the first 4 levels. I honestly didn't even use him throughout the whole game. In the second 4 Robot Master levels, you'll find the letters W, I, L, and Y spelling out Wily. You have to get these or you won't be able to enter the final few levels. This is kind of neat because the second half of the Robot Master levels are also a little maze-like compared to most games in the series to kind of hide the Wily letters. There are lots of branching paths, though it doesn't seem to make finding the letters much harder in my most recent playthrough. A first for the Game Boy Mega Man games is the Boss Master refights. These haven't happened in previous handheld adventures, so it was cool to see them here. Overall, the level design works pretty well in this game versus the previous Mega Man Game Boy games. It doesn't seem like the cramped platforms cause as many problems with jumping around and shooting enemies, and I think the smaller screen contributed to giving stuff like these stupid ladybugs 1 hit point, unlike their super annoying console counterparts. So, it actually works out pretty well. Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy is definitely one I'd recommend fans of the series to check out. The shortcomings are not nearly as bad as the other Game Boy titles. Other than the slowdown, it's pretty great if you ask me. Definitely a worthy entry into the entire Mega Man series. So go check it out on the Game Boy. Well, the Super Game Boy, because as we've mentioned in previous videos, you get the blur whenever you play it on a real Game Boy. And the cart is actually kind of pricey. So you may want to check out the Nintendo Virtual Console services that still exist. I think it's on the 3DS? I don't know. Or you could download the ROM, you dirty pirate. Later.